So my name's Dan Hopper, Head of Customer Insight at Paragrica. We decided to work with OCO. We've actually been working with OCO for a very long time, so we found them to be excellent. They're very much a trusted partner when it comes to research. I'm more than comfortable putting them in front of my business stakeholders, which is really, really important. So I'd say OCO's approach is very much around listening. At the briefing stage, they're always very keen to listen. They take their time and then they come back with quite innovative suggestions and solutions, but only after really listening to all of the fine points that may exist in the project. In terms of the requirements, they come back, they always meet our needs, but they're not afraid to change as well. If one element of the project isn't right or isn't working, they're very flexible as well. I found the experience of working with OCO to be excellent. They're very interesting, innovative people, just on a personal basis as well as on a work basis, and that really shows through in their work, which I like that they can bring something extra to the project, take it into different places than perhaps I thought it was going to go to start with. And then when it comes down to the deliverables at the end, they're very, very reliable, and they can always be relied upon to deliver something that was thought-provoking and actionable. Communication is one of OCO's strengths. As I mentioned, they're very happy to listen, but then they will communicate back very efficiently and thoughtfully. So back to one of my first points is that I very much trust them to communicate with internal business stakeholders. So I'm happy to put them in front of quite senior people because I know their communication skills are very good. Quality of work from OCO is again very good. I think I work in a B2B environment, and sometimes agencies can come back with outputs that are fairly dry, don't really push enough, and I think that's something OCO don't do. They're more than happy to try something a little bit different, and their deliverables look exciting, and their delivery of the presentation is also generally very thought-provoking and engaging. Their knowledge and understanding, given that they've worked with us for so long, has been excellent. But as I say, they do take the time out with any business, I'm sure, to really listen, to really understand that business, and then that really shows through in their research, both in terms of when they're doing the interviews, and then also in their deliverables as well. I'd say the project delivery is very good. The output's excellent. I guess the key differentiator here is the actionable results. So very easy just to kind of to do the research, play back what you heard, and not really challenge us as a business. What I get with OCO is they're more than willing to go out on a limb a little bit and just say, you know, did you think about this? So they will, because they understand the business, be able to give very actionable ideas and results back to us. I have recommended OCO at least twice this month, funnily enough, but I wouldn't hesitate. We've worked with them, as I say, for a number of years, so I'm always more than willing to ask them, to engage with them, just casually to ask them any ideas on some projects, because they've got that working relationship with us. They're very good. I think partners are a good way to describe them. I think that's very much what we see them as. They've always been an extension of our customer insight team. They can work that way and work very closely with me, and then other times when perhaps I don't have the capacity to be as hands-on, then they're more than happy to run with it and deliver on that project with minimal input from me. So I'd say they're very flexible.
So my name is Nick Watt. I'm Head of Customer Insight for Reed Business Information. We've worked with OCO for over a long period of time, established a very good working relationship with them. They're a relatively small agency, but what you get with that is a very bespoke approach to the research projects that they're helping us to deliver. So OCO's approach to helping us with projects is very good. They take a keen interest in really understanding our customer base and the markets in which we operate. We operate in some very niche business-to-business sectors, so a deep understanding of those sectors is really critical if they're going to deliver relevant insights back to us. So a recent project that we worked on with OCO was a customer experience project. So that required us to map out the customer journey for one of our businesses, looking at all the touch points that customers have from an initial sales prospect through to onboarding that customer, and then eventually through to the ongoing relationship that we have with them. And looking at those touch points from different perspectives, from our sales teams, marketing teams and product teams. That was quite a complex project, and OCO were really helpful in steering us through the different stages of that approach, conducting customer interviews, helping to train our stakeholder teams in how to gather insights from customers and map out some of the key processes and touch points that they have. And ultimately, very successful project with some really engaging deliverables, including a map which articulated the customer journey from start to finish. So working with OCO on research projects has been a great experience. Typically they work with our in-house researchers to scope out the objectives of a project, define the goals and really understand the stakeholder requirements. And then they deliver a very sort of calm, thoughtful approach to all stages of a project through to delivering really valuable insights that are helping to drive our business and product strategy. Communication on projects that we work on with OCO is very good. We have a very close relationship with them, so we keep in contact through all stages of the project, particularly during the fieldwork phase, working closely with them to overcome any issues with the interviewing that's happening. And then towards the end of a project, we'll work closely with them to really articulate the findings and make sure that we're answering the brief before results are presented back to our internal stakeholders. The quality of outputs that we get back from OCO projects are typically very high. They have very high production values in terms of the outputs that they deliver to us, often tailored to meet the needs of specific stakeholders that we're delivering projects to, whether that be senior management or our sales and marketing team or our product teams. We work in some very complex business-to-business markets, so there is a strong requirement for OCO to have a deep understanding of those sectors in order to deliver back relevant, valuable insights that are going to drive our business and product strategy. And another key component of working with OCO is that they are able to take learnings from one project and then apply them to the next, so that we're getting really sort of joined up thinking in the insights that they're delivering back to us. Yes, I'd highly recommend working with OCO. They're very easy to work with, well structured in their approach to the delivery of research projects, and they really care about making sure that project outputs are practical and valuable to us as a customer.